Welcome back to another video. This video is about just a clear direction on what's been going on in the market and how the market is. So I have been on phone calls with a few of my friends who have been in their position for nearly between 15 to 20 years, and they're getting made redundant after having a full-on conversation with a lot of them. There was about 15 of us on this Teams call, all friends. We just decided to have a full-on conversation regarding what's been going on and talking about the market and the career paths that everyone's gone in. A lot of my friends are in cybersecurity as well, which I didn't even know. I've just been concentrating with my own life over the last 20 years. Just been work a lot, but yeah, so guys, you seriously need to carry on staying in your jobs, because the main factor is this is an employer's market. The employers have decided to pay really low salaries. It's no longer an employee's market for people like us. People trying to change from going perm to contract, but I advise to stay away from contracting, especially in this market, unless you are one of those lucky ones. But never know who's the lucky one in this day and age. But this market is cooked. I am still getting interviews. I always have done. I was predominantly a contractor up until 2013. And then I went perm, basically because I wanted to build capital as well. Not just capital, it was just other things, putting money into a pension and stuff like that. But I've been out since February of 2024. I've covered it up from using my limited company, but the main factor is that I've been out of work and I'm struggling. I've got well over 20 years experience in cybersecurity. It's not how it used to be. The questions that you get asked, some of them have been really silly, and not even there's no direction of clients choosing a candidate. They will only choose people that they know. They still have to interview you through processes and stuff like that, but a lot of times, and even speaking to recruiters, I had an interview recently where they interviewed me and then basically told me, James, where I'm overqualified for the role. It says it all. Obviously, my CV shows I'm an architect, but the role that they were trying to sell, they wanted an architect and a developer, but they were only looking to interview me for a developer role, not an architect. So they're picking and choosing which candidates to interview for certain roles. They didn't even offer to interview me for an architect position when they should have. Which is silly, and some roles that I put myself forward in February this year, February 2025, they're now starting to interview me for those roles. As you can see, the market is cooked. The market is awful. It's one of the worst times. Previously, and I've explained this in some of my other videos, that like 2018, 2019 were times where I had like 3, 4, or even 5 5 offers on the table, and I used to pick and choose which one I wanted. So 2019 was one of my last contracts, and then obviously a lot of employers had been overspending, over budgeting, and then obviously we hit COVID. Then back end of 21, 22 is when this market started taking a massive dip. Like a lot of the good guys were in a role, like myself and some other people were in fantastic roles, high-paying roles, and then they've been made redundant. The clients have said, basically, we need to cut. We need to cut all the good guys out and train the younger people. And it's just how the market's going now. Everyone says we need to retrain, but you don't need to retrain. If you've got the skill set and you've got 5-6 years behind you within cybersecurity or any sort of area in tech, don't listen to people saying that you need to retrain. Don't fall into that trap, because retraining costs money. Focus on what you know at this present moment in time. Get something first. Sometimes you have to lower your expectations. Like myself, I've lowered my salary down. I've always been a six-figure salary person, but I've lowered it down from that a lot lower. Even though I know for a fact, if I was to travel to London, my travel for 3 days a week would cost me anywhere in the regions of about 1,500, 1,600, between 12 to 1,500 a month from where I live in the East Midlands. It's not easy. So even if you're gonna, even if your company has offered you redundancy, do not accept voluntary redundancy. Do everything in your power. Even try and go to another department or another role. Try and push yourself into those roles. Redundancy isn't easy. I've fallen into redundancy, but that says it all. But anyways, guys, peace out. Stay blessed. Keep your head up. That's all I can say. From one of my favourite rap artists, from Tupac. Keep your head up. Always keep believing. Don't ever give up. Because a warrior never gives up. Take care, guys. Please like, share, follow. You guys know what to do. Stay blessed.